But here's another thing you can do with PNP transistors. And if you can get this, you've really got it on the polarity reversals that are pretty confusing, which is, let's take a PNP transistor and connect it up to the plus 5 volt rail. So here's its emitter, and its base, and its collector. Again, this is a PNP. Notice the arrowhead direction. That's the emitter, that's the base, that's the collector. And it is correctly polarized, right? Because we're going to expect a small base current to give rise to a larger collector current. So the directions make sense. And we're still going to have this thing illuminate an LED for us. Okay, what can we do to create this small base current that has to originate at the plus 5 rail and go through the base? Let's use an NPN transistor for that purpose. It's good at that. So here's an NPN transistor. Notice the arrow direction. Here's the base, the collector, the emitter of that. And now, if I put in some tiny little current into the base of the NPN transistor, that becomes a current here, which gets multiplied and allows a 100 times bigger current here. That 100 times bigger current is now a base current for the PNP transistor, and that gets multiplied by yet another 100. So again, we've got a factor of 10,000 gain between this little base current we put in over here and the current that's going to cause the LED to illuminate. Here though, suppose we wanted to actuate this with a voltage rather than with a particular base current. We say we're putting a particular voltage here. Maybe we've got a base resistor as well. How big does that voltage have to be before it can turn this on? Remember when we cascaded at 2 NPN transistors before, it turned out that this voltage had to be at least 1.2. But now, to turn this transistor on even just a little bit, thinking of its base emitter junction as being a regular diode, this voltage has to exceed just 0.6. And so that starts to be on. As soon as that's on, a current is conducted here, multiplied by 100, and so on. So this has a smaller threshold of being turned on, and it still has a gain of 10,000 and current gain of 10,000 end to end, but a smaller threshold voltage for being turned on than the cascade of 2 NPN transistors.